Hello and welcome to this Energy Connects discussion brought to you in partnership with Vici Energy. I'm very excited to be here at the Dubai headquarters of Vici Energy, a dynamic and integrated energy company with a diverse portfolio of products and solutions spanning upstream, downstream, renewables and oil trading. I have a fantastic panel here today to discuss the company's evolution from its roots in crude oil trading, its future plans, and what sets it apart in the globally competitive energy sector. To discuss this and a lot more, I'm delighted to introduce the team today from Vici Energy, Dele Adelaja, Fayaad Isaacs, and Philippe Healey. Thank you so much for joining us today. And before we get into the questions, let's have a round of quick introductions starting with you, Dele.
Hi, CS. My name is Dele, and I manage the business development and commercial desks at Vici Energy.
Fayaad.
I'm Fayaad, head of trading at Vici Energy. Our growing team and I, we manage all of the trading activities on a day-to-day basis.
Right. And Philippe.
Thank you, CS, and welcome to Vici Energy. My name's Philippe. I oversee the corporate affairs and communications at Vici Energy, where we navigate the intersection of energy markets, geopolitics, and of course, sustainability. My focus is on strategy, on risk, and also building the Vici Energy brand.
That's fantastic to hear. And so you're the first person I would like to start with. If you could tell us more about Vici Energy and its position in the global energy market.
Vici Energy's story is one of evolution. We started off as a focused oil and gas trading company, really building a reputation for reliability and expertise in what is a fast-moving industry. The energy market does not stand still, but neither do we. And that's why over time, what we've built is a business, a dynamic business that touches on every part of the energy value chain, from production to trading to exploring renewables. As a privately owned company, that really gives us the freedom to seize opportunities in the market, primarily actually in emerging markets, where our local talent, our specialists, help us really mitigate risk and navigate the complexity of those same markets. And at the core, we're really balancing two priorities. On the one hand, honoring our roots, our heritage in oil and gas trading, but also expanding our business across the value chain, including exploring renewables. And we feel that in this age of energy transition, we're positioned to not only meet the needs of our counterparts today, but also the needs of tomorrow in the future.
That's an excellent point about staying ready for the future. And speaking of here and now, so Dele and Fayaad, if you could just walk us through what sets Vici Energy apart in this very competitive global energy sector?
So as Philippe has alluded to, we're a privately owned integrated energy company. We have a primary focus on emerging markets where we see a lot of value, and our uniquely lean cost structure enables us to extract quite a bit of value from those markets. We have a focus on community engagement with our counterparties, and one of our primary drivers is growth, but sustainable growth. So in broad terms, that's what differentiates us. I think Fayaad probably has a few more things to say.
Absolutely.
Well, from a trading perspective, I'd say what's fundamental to us is really the people that we have. And maybe CS, I can take the opportunity to share some detail on some of the talent we have on the trading floor. So, I mean, chemical engineers, logistics and finance experts with a deep understanding of the industry, the science, and the strategy behind the products that we share, that we provide. I mean, what's really important to us is having a finger on the pulse of what's happening in the market and what's really happening on the ground in the market. And how do we do this? It's by leveraging the expertise we have internally with our counterparties externally on the ground who give us valuable information on a day-to-day basis. I think this brings value and it helps us manage our risk, which is a cornerstone of what we do here.
I think it's an excellent point. And circling back to your comment about finger on the pulse, I think you've got an excellent combination of expertise as well as the focus on collaboration. So can you give us a deeper insight into Vici Energy's trading operations as well as, your expansion plans in other parts of the business?
Of course. So our portfolio currently includes crude oil, refined products, refinery feedstocks and LNG as well. And we operate quite actively in various markets. So Asia Pacific, Middle East, Africa, and Latin America. What's been particularly topical recently on our side is looking at bio and sustainable fuels. While we understand that there's a big opportunity for growth in this area, it's also important to understand the impact on energy transition and minimizing our carbon emissions. I think what's also important is that we believe that we've built a robust network of suppliers, buyers, ship owners, etc. And this gives us a greater level of flexibility, as well as being able to supply these energy barrels that we need to effectively and efficiently.
So that's an excellent point, Fayaad. Thank you. And Dele, would you like to add to that?
Yes, sure thing. I hope what's clear from what Fayaad has said is that we have quite an ambitious geographic and product spread within the company. So in terms of growth, we look to expand our portfolio along ESG principles for the company. We're looking to expand as an integrated company, both in upstream and in downstream. In upstream, as we said earlier, we have a focus on emerging markets, primarily Latin America and Africa, where we've seen a trend over the past few years where the majors divest from certain assets because their cost structures just don't work to extract value from these assets. As a private company, we like to remain nimble, and we see value with a cost structure that works to actually extract and monetize these assets. Finally, we have a focus on renewable initiatives. We are responsible, we have a strong ESG policy, and we want to make sure our growth is responsible as well as sustainable.
I think that's a great point that you made, and also moving away from conventional exploration. But going back to that topic, what's your outlook for the oil and gas market for 2025? And how is Vici Energy preparing for the road ahead?
I think in 2025, like we have seen in the past few years, we're going to see periods of volatility, both geopolitical and price. And we are structuring the company in such a way that we can manage the price volatility, and where we can, extract value as traders do. I'm sure Fayaad likes a bit of volatility in the market. And for geopolitical risks, we diversify our portfolio. So we don't have any concentration in any particular market. We stay abreast of the changing dynamics in the market and essentially position ourselves to have a robust strategy. I think you've seen that the role of energy companies has changed over the past few years. We can't just be worried about pricing and margins. We have to be a bit more responsible. We have to have our finger on the pulse in terms of geopolitical issues and policy and sanctions, because those change fairly quickly. So in essence, we want to remain nimble, deploy capital, and keep our powder dry for opportunities that may arise.
I think, so you're all prepared for the turbulence if it comes ahead?
We have to be, yes.
Excellent. So what does the future look like apart from that turbulence that you're factoring in?
In terms of actual trading, I'll leave Fayaad to expand on that.
So, I mean, from a trading perspective, talking about volatility as well, I think the oil and gas industry and market calls for a huge focus on agility, being proactive, and being disciplined, ultimately. While we all know that the energy demand is always growing, just this morning, OPEC shared what their outlook would be for 2026, which is an increase of approximately 1.4 million barrels per day. With Asia taking charge on this for the most part. India alone is projected to account for about 25% of this growth. So this is great. As a trader, in terms of demand, this is fantastic. However, with geopolitical uncertainty, inflation, sanctions, these bring additional complexity, of course, especially in areas like the Black Sea, the Red Sea. What this does is it forces us to change shipping flows. And ultimately what that means is additional risk, complexity, and cost, ultimately. So this is how we see the outlook for 2025. Nothing significantly different from what it usually is, but I think we're prepared to tackle these head on.
And just to add to what Fayaad has said, over the past few years, we've seen quite a dislocation of what we would have normally called standard or traditional flows, both for crude and products. And at Vici Energy, we are positioning ourselves to be able to take advantage of these opportunities by building a robust team and being vertically integrated across the energy value chain.
So with all that preparation in place, what does the future look like for Vici Energy?
CS, to me, the future for Vici Energy looks like sustainable, responsible growth. We plan to balance our conventional energy trading with sustainable and renewable energy. We want to position to capture the opportunities that we see arising in the market. We want to deploy those technologies, AI and technological advancements in our upstream production and in our trading where we can. And ultimately, we want to grow alongside our principles of ESG responsibly and, very importantly for a company, sustainably.
That's an excellent point. And Fayaad, would you?
Again, just to focus on our strengths really and continue to be nimble as traders. I can only echo what Dele has just mentioned as well. Although we have a strong understanding and footprint in the developed markets, I think our strength really sits within the emerging and niche markets. We're traders. We mentioned earlier on, we like volatility. We want to grow our portfolio, of course, and take advantage of the opportunities that are in the market. But we understand that we want to do this responsibly.
Yeah, I think the vision is clear. Ultimately, it's about answering the question, how do we drive innovation? And we do that, as was mentioned, by upskilling talent, by deploying technology, and by ensuring that the ESG principles are themselves also deployed across the organization in such a way that brings added value to our business.
I think going back to your earlier comments, and one of the recurring themes is how you're supporting the energy transition. And an important part of that is obviously decarbonization. So what role do energy traders play in supporting global decarbonization efforts?
Thank you, CS. I think that's an interesting question, an important one for us also to address in our business. Decarbonization is a journey we're starting, an important journey that we're committed to at Vici Energy, committed through applying decarbonization techniques to the logistics of our business, which is a big part of our business, committed to integrating and investing more renewable projects as part of our portfolio, and making sure, as I mentioned earlier on, that the ESG principles are applied across our organization.
But trusting what Philippe has said at a more granular level, sometimes it's the simple things. For example, during our KYC or due diligence with counterparties, we request documents speaking to their ESG policies and ensure they have clear sustainability goals. We deal with counterparties who we know are socially responsible. We have a plastics-free office, for example, and it's paper-free, both for efficiency and because we are mindful of the environment. And ultimately, it's just being socially responsible. And that's one of the key things that we take into account at Vici Energy.
And just to add to that point, it's considering our activities span the globe, it's critical for us to have a lasting impact with those same communities where we're active.
I think that's incredible, and balancing so many moving parts is not an easy task. And I think your journey reflects a genuine commitment to excellence, innovation, and sustainability all combined. So by integrating market expertise, robust trading operations, and forward-thinking strategies, I think you will continue to pioneer change in the energy market. And thank you so much, Philippe, Dele, and Fayaad, for your time today. It's been such a pleasure speaking to you.
Thanks for that. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow us on social media, and you can get more coverage of the energy industry at energyconnects.com. I'll be back with more Energy Connects discussions from across the industry. Until then, goodbye.